Alright, so if you guys wanted to know the full story of Marvel Rivals Ultimate Alliance, well, you've come to the right place. As we're going to be going over what's happened so far, as well as what's going on in the Marvel Rival comic books. You see, the premise of Marvel Rivals is essentially, the main bad guy is going to be Doctor Doom. As this version of Doctor Doom dedicated his life to unify magic and science. He eventually did succeed in combining these two elements and made the time stream entanglement. His heroic counterpart from 2099 also did the same thing and is causing all of this. And when they both had a hostile meeting, they created crystallized chrono energy so powerful, which fused a bunch of multiple timelines together. Loki got his hands on these and teamed up with Hela to take over Asgard, which is now Ysgard, and are taking advantage of the chaos to kind of do their own thing. Even Hydra has taken over Earth in this one, and so you can essentially see everything is becoming a opposite of what you usually see, more of a very different version of what you know from the Marvel comics. And Black Panther, instead of kind of helping everyone, he made Wakanda, which is already prosperous, into a more galactic empire. His goal was to basically make Wakanda as best as it ever could be. But while the time stream entanglement was an advantage for some of them, the vast majority actually want to seek a way to return the universes to their natural state. So the Avengers made their tower into a fearsome stronghold, and the substance that Doctor Doom created, Iron Man is trying to use that to reverse the entanglement. And the skins you see here, like Spider-Man with a paper bag, these are all canon to the lore. They're just being pulled from different universes into this universe to fight. And Doctor Strange is actually trapped in the mirror dimension, but he can only break free for a certain amount of time, and is also working along Scarlet Witch and her connection to chaos magic to keep the realities from collapsing on themselves. And Spider-Man and his web warriors are trying to protect the web of life and destiny from Doom's forces. Now that you have the premise, we're going to see what happens in the first comic book issue. And essentially it's Galactica talking to a reader in a fourth wall kind of thing, where she directly says, "Welcome warriors and readers." And just to get out of the way, people always ask me, are you related to Galactus? Well, do I look like I'm related to Galactus? No, of course not. But later on, she does say that she is related to Galactus, but doesn't like how she treats her. And then overall recaps what we talked about earlier, and says that the time rift has caused huge problems, such as the web of life and destiny was damaged by the rift, leaving the Master Weaver and his apprentice Spider-Zero fighting over how to fix it. And of course, this is all happening in Tokyo 2099. Now, if you ever watch Marvel What If, you can think of Galactica as the watcher and kind of the overall storyteller for us. I don't think she'll be interfering in the near future, but it'll probably be something like What If, where she intervenes at the end of the comics and becomes like a big surprise. But yeah, it starts out with Spider-Zero talking to Master Weaver, arguing about plugging the web of life and destiny into cyberspace. And she essentially says this is the fastest way to repair the time stream. The Master Weaver argues that it's mostly dangerous to do that. They must wait until they have enough chronovium, which will strengthen the web and allow it to repair itself. And Galactica gets a headache while listening to it. So she kind of is like the Watcher, but is more like a teenager and has an opinion of conflicts instead of narrating conflict. Spider-Zero's team is led by Penny Parker, you know, the girl from Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, maybe he'll be a skin in the future, which is trying to plug the web of life and destiny into cyberspace, and Master Weaver's team, led by Spider-Man, is desperate to stop them. So this explains what's happening in Tokyo 2099 and why you're trying to push that convoy into the enemy base. It's because it's essentially Penny Parker is trying to plug the web of life and destiny into cyberspace, but Spider-Man is really desperate to stop them. So Tokyo 2099, Spider-Man versus Penny Parker. And apparently Venom is actually on Spider-Man's team and also makes fun of Venom's bad breath. Apparently Strange is here, but we're not too sure if Spider-Man and Venom noticed, but Spider-Man and Venom do have a little quip at each other, as Venom is not so fond of his jokes. While Spider-Man jokingly says that your universe of Spider-Man moved on from comedy to more dramatic roles, but then as they're swinging, Venom does tell him that his Spider-Man is dead because this Venom actually killed his Spider-Man in his universe. While this is all happening, Thor and Wolverine are actually fighting, and I just realized that the blue labels actually do tell you which team they are on. So Spider-Man is with Thor, Venom is with Wolverine, aka Penny Parker's team. It actually turns out that Spider-Man and Venom are fighting currently. And of course, Spider-Man cracks more jokes at Venom while fighting him. Namor is going to be on Penny Parker's team, and Captain America is going to be on Spider-Man's team. So you might think this blue team is a part of Avengers, or maybe we'll see Iron Man on the other team. Captain America says, "Namor, we fought together in World War II. We could be allies again. But Namor replies, "Your timeline, Namor, also dying to engage in that surface world squabble? I'd only hope I had made that mistake." Now, instead of Hulk being on Spider-Man's team, he's actually going to be on Penny Parker's team and shoots his web and fights against him while he's fighting Venom. And now it introduces Luna Snow, who's going to be on Spider-Man's team, and she is a character from, essentially was a character created for Netmarble's other game, Marvel Future Fight. I think that's why they're bringing her here. This game is made by NetEase. But yeah, on this page, even Venom wants a 1v1 Spider-Man without any interruptions, while Luna Snow shoots a frozen projectile at Bruce Banner. And then it turns out that Iron Fist is on Spider-Man's team, while Doctor Strange is on Penny Parker's team, which I think is a little ironic because Spider-Zero wants to plug it in the web while the Master wants to wait until they have more Chronovium. And usually Doctor Strange is more on the logic side, but maybe he sees something that Spider-Zero and Penny Parker sees. And yes, it goes on that Venom really wants his 1v1 with Spider-Man. I do remember that Iron Fist is a friend of Spider-Man in one of the recent animated series called Ultimate Spider-Man. So that does make sense that they're on the same team. And finally, it introduces which team Jeff the Landshark is on, with Jeff the Landshark having a battle with Penny Parker while trying to chomp her robot suit, and her being infatuated with how cute the Landshark really is. Penny did overhear Venom saying and mentioning Peter Parker, as he probably got knocked back from Venom hitting him. Now finally, the two leaders of each side finally have a talk, and we get to see what's really going on, as Penny Parker asks Spider-Man if he has a daughter in his timeline. He says no, and it actually says that this Venom lost his memory in the time stream with no memory of his previous life, so he was totally lying about that killing Spider-Man thing. But Spider-Man does question her because they are technically fighting, and finally we get some backstory of this, as Spider-Man mentions that she actually is a spider fighter and you're going against the Master Weaver, and thinks that Penny Parker is on the wrong side of this, but she doesn't think so. And this Penny Parker thinks Spider-Man is an alternate version of her father, mentioned by Galactic, and then said that he's actually not, and this is apparently really messing with Penny Parker and kind of making her combat skills really flawed. And then when she finds out she's wrong, big emotion time. With all that commotion, Captain America does get kicked off the building, while Thor sees that the shield and lightning are about to combine. And this is a big reference to the team up ability in Marvel Rivals, where Captain America and Thor are partners for this. They use their team up ability to zap Wolverine, making him get shocked, and yeah, maybe we'll see more team ups later in the comics, which is kind of cool. I do wonder how they're going to do new characters such as Human Torch, Ultron, etc. Maybe they'll come in once January is here and the new issue comes along. And it shows them gloating about their team up ability and two Captain Americas, but it could be like an after image type of comic book sheet. Penny Parker in distress, seeing that Captain America did combine their powers with Thor, but she has a trick up her sleeve, as the team up ability with Venom does appear, like in Marvel Rivals. So we're definitely going to see a lot of team up abilities coming in these comics, which is very cool. And once the symbiote combines with Penny Parker, Spider-Man's team does look like they're in a pickle, and it seems like they are definitely losing the fight pretty badly. People are getting knocked into buildings, getting blown up, taking out one of the buildings in Tokyo 2099. But apparently Penny Parker doesn't want to actually kill them, she just wants to defeat them, and devises a new plan to help them under the rubble. But Bruce Banner argues that fixing the timeline is the best way to help them. But she argues she's the leader, whatever she says goes. But Bruce Banner reminds her that they should be taking advantage of this, getting to the roof of the Stark building before they can follow, and she agrees as they all travel to there. Funny enough, this team is a group of 5, not 6. In Marvel Rivals, it's usually a team of 6, but it's only 5v5 on here. And then she comes with a new plan that they're not going to help them, that they're going to go fix the timeline, and everyone will be okay with the teaser that Spider-Man did live and is coming for them. And that's the end of it. I do believe maybe they'll be going to Yggdrasil to see what's going on there with Loki and Hela, maybe versing probably Iron Man, but we're not sure. We gotta wait till the next issue comes out. But thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.